Hi, I'm Hans Stephenson from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. Today we're going to tie an early black stone. These are little stonefly that are going to start hatching here probably sometime in March in the Black Hills. And they'll go through April, and in some places in the higher elevations we'll see them into the first part of May. It's probably one of our first solid hatches on Rapid Creek, Spearfish Creek, and Castle Creek. The fish go crazy for them, and you better be prepared with a couple of different patterns. The F-fly, which we've done in an earlier video, works quite well. And this is a little bit more realistic pattern that'll fool some of the pickier fish below Pactola. We're going to start and coat our hook with our thread, kind of a dark brown thread. Then we're going to tie in some moose body hair for tails. They got two little split tails off the back. Don't need these too long. You can always tie them in and pull them to length. That should be about right. Tie those down so they're secure. And if you want to make sure they're going to stay split, we can throw some thread wraps in between them. Next we're going to put on a little dark brown dubbing. Sometimes these tend to have more of a darker brown or a gray body than an actual black body. This is a Spirit River, I think it's March Brown, fine and dry. These have a fairly slender body, so we'll make sure we keep our dubbing fairly thin. I want to get about 2/3 of the way up to the eye there. We'll keep that covered up with that dubbing there. Okay. Then we're going to do a little trick here for a neat wing on the back. We're going to take a piece of grizzly hackle. You can use hen or a bigger part of a grizzly neck, but a grizzly hen neck works good. And we're going to fold back some of the fibers to make a wing shape. See how I just got those flared back like that? We're going to fold those back like that. Tie that down over the back of the fly. We get a really nice looking stonefly wing. You can do that same technique with CDC. Make some great mayfly wings, as well as midges, wings on midges. It'll take a few times to get it just the way you want it. There we go. If we turn the vise, you can see what a nice little wing silhouette that makes. And we'll just go ahead and trim off the excess. And then make sure that this is well tied down up here at the front, and then we'll trim off the extra fibers that are at the front of the hook there. Now we need some legs on it, and for legs we'll do a couple turns of black CDC. CDC seems to work really well on these flies. We're just going to tie this in and wrap it like a hackle feather. You could use grizzly hackle here, but I like kind of the softer look of the CDC a little better. Give this 2 or 3 turns so we get plenty of legs there. And then we'll tie that off. Once that's tied off, we can trim off any extra. We'll trim those legs down a little bit here. We're not going to leave those that long. Before we do that, we'll take a little more dubbing. And you could put antennas on this fly if you wanted, because stoneflies will have a little antenna as well as the tails, so you could stick off a couple more fibers of moose mane. It's not really necessary, and some people find they get in the way when they're tying the fly onto their tippet, so I think we'll go ahead and skip that for now. We'll just put on a nice little head here. Oh, why not? Let's stick on some antenna too while we're at it. Grab a couple more moose mane, or moose body. I think moose mane would work, but sometimes it's a little too bulky for a smaller fly, so let's sneak in our antennas there at the front. Go ahead and throw in our half hitch. Okay, got a lot of stuff going on there now. We've got the fly pretty much done, but we just need to trim off that excess stuff for the antennas there. And then we can take and fluff these legs up a bit. And you can leave them a little longer on the top. They'll also mimic the wings. But we'll trim off some of the stuff on the sides. Gonna leave our little CDC hackle there. Maybe leave that a little long on the top, help us see it a little bit. Now we've got kind of a really neat looking wing on that fly, a soft, nice impressionistic hackle there from the CDC. We got antennas, kind of got the whole approach worked out there, and that should be a nice realistic imitation of that stonefly. And these can come off in hordes, and the fish can go really bonkers for them, especially in Rapid Creek below Pactola, and then also up at Castle Creek below Deerfield Reservoir. So it's a good fly to have. A lot of people aren't really aware of this hatch, so get some of these tied up. Again, I'm Hans Stephenson from Dakota Angler and Outfitter, and we just finished tying the little black stonefly, or early stonefly. Here we've got a top and a bottom view of that stonefly, just to give you a little better look at the silhouette. So get some of these tied up, and you'll find yourself ready for these hatches that are coming up in about a month's time.